Hello everyone, welcome to Unplug 404. In today's module, I will be talking about quick table calculations, rank, percentile, and moving average. So I will be covering these three topics and I'll make you guys understand what these topics mean and how to apply these things in your visualization methods. So let's begin. To start with, let's create a simple text table because it's easy for you guys to see the values changing. I'll take subcategories to, I think, rows. Yep. And I'll drag quantity to text. Now, here it is. We are having the quantity sold as per each subcategory according to this data set. So if you are wondering, I have opened this sample superstore dataset and it comes pre-installed with the Tableau desktop, so you can open the same dataset to practice as well. Now, first of all, I'm going to cover rank, which comes under quick table calculation. So to apply rank, obviously you just need to click this measure option and you need to go to quick table calculation, then you need to select rank. And here you'll get the rankings. Now these rankings, which are mentioned right here, all these rankings are defined or are applied according to their values. Now if you talk about the first rank, which is right here, let me mark it for you guys, which is the first rank, which is right here, and let's talk about second rank, which is right here, and the last rank, which is I think 17. Yeah, so 17, the last one. So the first and the 17, the first and last. So first is binders and the last is copiers. So if I undo it, so the first is binders and the last was copiers. So as we can see that the first was binders and the last was copiers. So the first rank was given to binders because it is having most amount of quantity sold in this category. The value is highest. That is why it was having first rank. And the last rank was the most minimum quantity sold. So it was copiers section, and this value was the least rank in the whole table. So that's how the ranking system works in Tableau. Now moving on, next I will be talking about, let me just get these value once again. Yeah. Now let's talk about the second option, which is percentile. So before I talk about percentile, it's important to understand what does percentile mean. So the meaning of percentile is, let's take a category and we need to figure out that how much percentage of values lies under those categories. Again, for example, if I select percentile, now I get 100% in binders and 0% in copiers. Now if you relate this with the rank, so the copiers rank was the least. It was the lowest rank. So if I talk about the ranking system here, the copiers rank was lowest and the binders rank was 1, was the highest, obviously. Now what this percentile means, it means that under binders section there are 100% values, like it is the most sold quantity sold subcategory. And if we talk about copiers, so under copiers there are 0% values. So copiers is the section, or copiers is the category which where the quantity sold was least. So the quantities sold in copiers subcategory was the most minimum throughout the period. Now, if I undo this and let's see the values, here it is. Now it's the minimum, most minimum sales. So there were no values less than 234. That is why there are 0% values under copiers. And that's how this percentile system works. And if we talk about binders, we are having 100% values. Why? Because binders category did have the most highest quantities sold, because obviously we have quantities measure right here. So each and every category, each and every category, if you mention any other category, it comes under binders, not under binders. Or it's just like if a student gets, let's say, 90 percentile, that means that if a student A is getting 90 percentile, that means there are 90% students whose grades lies under this student, which is student A. So that's how percentile works. So the main logic of percentile is comparison. So you are comparing. So in percentile, it's basically the comparison. That's it. You are comparing. It's just like 100% under binders. There are 100% values because all of the values lie under binders, right? And if we talk about copiers, it's the value is minimum. So there's no value which is less than 234. There's no value, as you can see. So obviously the percentile value is 0 in this case, in for copiers. So that's how you calculate a percentile for each and every value. So that's how Tableau works in the back. Now let's talk about moving averages. I wanted to create a different video on this concept, but then I realized that I can make this video short and clear and simple for you guys to understand as well. So without wasting the time, let's drag order date here and let's put quantity in rows, or maybe, or in text, in fact, in label. We are having text values. Now let's take month. Here it is. Now it says like the January is having all the 4 years of data, all of the 4 years January data. Now this February has all the 4 years of February data, 3 years of February data, and this March is having all the 4 years of March data, and so on. Now I've already taken a snapshot of this data right here as well, because we will be going to refer this. Now let's apply moving average by going to measure section here, quick table calculation, and moving average. Now here it is. Now it's time to explain you guys how it works. Now we are having two datas in front of us. So this data right here is the moving average, which I just made. So it's moving average, And this data right here, these are actual, or I would say original values, right? Now, about the moving average, how it works. So, as you must have noticed by now, the first values remains the same. If we talk about original values or moving average, it remains the same. Let's take the second value. Now, moving average, we are getting 1271, but the actual data is 1067. How is it calculated? Now let's find out. Let's take the first value, 1475, and let's add 1067. And let's divide it by 2, obviously because we are looking for an average. Now the answer you'll get is 1271, which is obviously this one. Now let's move on to the second data, so or the next section. So if you are wondering where did this 1067 came from, I just added these two values divided by 2, obviously. Now let's talk about the next one, 1702. How did we get this 1702 as a moving average? So it's pretty simple. It is 1475 plus 1067 plus 2564. So we are adding these three values now. These three values together. And we are dividing by 3, obviously. So obviously we will get 1702 as an answer, which is right here. Now let's take the next value, but here there's gonna be a change. Now the next value is 2026. For that, the calculation would be 1064. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not 4, it's 7 actually. So it's my bad. 1067 plus 2564 plus the next value. So it's 1067 plus 2564 plus 2447. So we are adding these three values now. So 2447. And now if I divide these three values by 3, I'll get this value, which is 2026, which is right here. Now, again, same. So as you must have noticed by now, so we are eliminating these values and we are adding a new value. For instance, for this calculation, we eliminated this value. We started with 1067 plus 2564 plus the next value. So we took these three values. So obviously for the next calculation, we will be taking these three. Which means if I do 2564 plus 2447 plus 2791 divided by 3, we will get the next value, which is 2601, which is right here. And then for the next step, obviously we will be taking these three values, which would be 2447 plus 2791 plus 2680 divided by 3, and obviously we will be getting 2639, which is obviously this value. So that's how the moving average works. I hope so. So we obviously didn't take this value in this calculation. So that's how moving average works. And I hope you got the concept. It's just like we are adding the values one by one, and we are taking an average of these values, And it's just like it's as the name suggests, it's a moving average. So the average keeps on moving from one point to another. So it is just like that. And sometimes, or most of the times, it is also known as rolling average as well. So it is totally a same thing. So that's it from my side. If you have any doubts, any suggestions, any questions for me, do leave them in the comment section down below. And you can mail us at unplugged404help at gmail.com also. And that's all. Stay safe and take care of yourself and have a good day ahead. Thank you.